time to run him in.
Yeah, I'll get him there, don't worry.
Hey, you're not wearing them for working in.
Why? What's wrong?
Because they're your good ones and they cost a fortune, that's what's wrong.
Aye, Mum.
No, they're too good to mess up. Go and find your old ones.
The other ones got holes in.
Yeah, why don't you use these? It's about time we got some wear out of them.
Well, that's a good idea.
Would have still been wearing these. I wasn't deaf.
You're not deaf, you're just a bit hard of hearing.
Could have been anywhere now. Marching through the desert. Even chopping my way through the jungle. Would have had to rely on these.
Yeah, well, you can rely on them to get you around the builder's yard. So come on, we've got to get a move on.
We don't have to go yet, do we?
There's nothing wrong with being a bit early. They are, love. Good luck.
Get there early, you create a good impression, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Right, ta-ra.
You get one chance, ta-ra, love.
Ta-ra, love.
Where are you going? Oh, is it a job interview? You can't fool me. I heard your Jackie bought you out. I suppose you're spending your time at that posh golf club chasing rich widows.
I wish.
I've heard all about you womanising, Ron Dixon. You're getting yourself a reputation as a bit of a gigolo.
Julia, I thought I spotted you. Ready for your lesson?
I'll be there as soon as I can, Mrs. Farnham. As soon as I've cleaned up after this mucky article.
What lesson's that then?
Mrs. Farnham's giving me driving lessons, if you must know.
She must be mad. Think I'll walk. Be safer.
I'll get you there 5 minutes early. Well, go on, show your face then.
Oh, yeah, it's freezing out there. He said it was going to be mostly outdoor work.
Well, you said you didn't want to work in an office.
Oh, can't we just go back to careers office, see if there's anything else?
No, we can't. Well, if you don't stick this job, don't bother coming back to number 8, all right? Oh, and another thing. Tomorrow morning, set your alarm clock as you're getting up early, you're getting the bus.
About time, too. What time do you call this? Oh, you said you'd be here first thing this morning.
It's just a question of getting the right bricks, not much. Well, if I can have a way with the suppliers, I'll be able to start next week. Early next week. Thanks, Mr. Foster. Ta-ra.
I've taken the morning off, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, mate. Bit of an emergency job on Manor Park Avenue. Kitchen ceiling came down in the middle of the night.
What's that mutt doing?
Don't worry, mate. She's house trained.
Go through. Yeah, the pipes are through here under the sink. You could have got in touch, you know.
I know, but it's time, isn't it? I have to get in and make the place safe until I can get back there tonight. I'll be there till midnight the way things are going.
So, what do you reckon?
No problem, we'll be able to sort it. Got yourselves well organised there, haven't you?
Still anywhere I can get changed? Yeah, go in there if you want. Fancy a cuppa?
Yeah, great. He's a bit of a dandy, Jason. He won't leave the house when there's overalls, you know. Prefers to get changed when he reaches the job. Doesn't mind getting his hands dirty, though. He's shaping up nicely.
Is it always like this here, mate?
Yeah, I suppose.
Excuse me, mate. My name's Ron Dixon. I'm looking to make a new claim.
Okay, just need you to open next door next to the bank pharmacy. Okay.
Oh, great, yeah? Why didn't someone tell me at the start I was in the wrong place?
Right, son, have a look down there. What can you see?
Just the pipes in there.
See the green stuff? That's corrosion. You could do with a total repiping here.
Wonder who did it in the first place.
Someone with a 10-gallon hat and a 6-shooter. Whiz upstairs, will you? Check the airing cupboard and tank. I bet you find more of the same.
Here's a case, that fella next door. You think he was on a water meter? Says I can take water from his standpipe and then goes and disconnects my hose pipe. Where's your lad?
He's upstairs checking the airing cupboard and tank. I think you might have similar problems up there.
You are?
I'll see all the green stuff on your pipes. That's corrosion.
I never noticed that.
Who fitted them for you?
Before our time, mate.
Well, whoever he was a right cowboy. He's used dirty flux when he was tinning those joints. That's what's caused your corrosion.
It's in the same state up there, no?
I think you're going to need a lot of repiping.
Hey? And how much is that going to cost, like?
Well, I'll have to have a proper look myself. But you're talking new pipe fittings as well, other materials. Don't worry, we'll see what we can do for you.
Give Jimmy Corkle an inch and he takes a mile. He sneaked round and reconnected that hose pipe.
That must be awful having no water.
Why can't he get it fixed? Right, well, I better get going. Can't keep the area manager waiting.
You're a real workaholic, aren't you?
I presume that's a joke. What are your plans for today?
I was wondering if I could use the computer.
Well, you're hoping to find out more than you've already got.
I thought I'd key in AAV again, see what else comes up.
Look, do you really think it's a good idea? I mean, why do you need to know all this?
Just want to find out more about it. What made him so interested in it?
And so if you meet him,
When I meet him.
you'll have something in common.
Yeah, I suppose. So can I use it?
Yeah, go ahead. But do you really think it's a good idea?
You don't know what it's like to be adopted. I found Eleanor, and now I found out that my father was famous. I can't wait to meet him. I've managed to persuade Eleanor to use one of her contacts at the prison service.
What for?
Well, to find out if he's still in prison or not.
He's a criminal.
Nelson Mandela was a criminal.
800 quid? You've got to be joking.
I take it this is your house.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I don't want to be funny, but having a plumbing system like this isn't doing much for the price of your property, is it?
You're quoting 800 quid. Listen, couldn't you do some sort of, what's it? Bodge. You know, get the water turned back on, at least keep us going for a bit longer.
Well, I could do, yeah, but I'm not really into that. Solid workmanship's more my style. And I'm telling you, if it's not sorted, it'll cost you more than my estimate in the long run.
Yeah, well, listen, things are a bit tight at the moment. I've got no choice, Greg. It'll have to be a bodge.
Well, it's your choice.
Listen, you can do something, can't you?
Tell you what, I'll mend the pipes in the kitchen. You don't wait for the tax office or anything, do you?
Behave.
All right, forget the VAT. Call it a straight 100 quid, how's that?
Top man.
Right. Right then, I'll see you first thing.
You will? Well, aren't you going to do it now?
I'd love to, mate. We haven't got the right fittings for your kid. I'll have to pick them up later.
Well, can't you not pick him up now?
I haven't got any time. I've got more work on this afternoon.
I don't believe it. I still haven't got any water. What am I going to tell Jackie? She'll go spare.
Oh, don't worry. I'll see you first thing, I promise.
Oh, what are you reading?
Oh, I went to get Julia that driving instruction book and happened to find this.
Well, let's hope it does us some good, eh?
It's all about adoption. Thought it might be useful for our cover story.
Yeah. Right, well, I'll have a read a bit later. Look, I'll have to go, but do be careful what you say about,
See you later. Oh, that'll be Julia for our driving lesson.
enjoy. Ah, Julie. Good luck with your driving.
Oh, I can't wait. Do you know, I read 3 pages of the Highway Code before I went to sleep last night.
Good for you. See you later. Bye-bye.
Right. I feel really confident today.
Good. I got you that new driving book. It's on the sofa.
Oh, you're too good to me, you are.
I'm going to get you through that test come hell or high water.
A guide to adoption.
No, not that one.
Are you thinking of adopting?
Yes, Julia, we are.
I've made up for you, love. But doesn't it take years and years?
Well, it can sometimes, but we've been very lucky. Max and I have been accepted. We're definitely going to get a new baby.
Oh, love, that's wonderful news.
I know, I can't believe it. Oh, I want to share it with everyone.
Ronald Dixon. At last.
Good morning, Mr. Dixon. Now, you'd like to make a new claim?
That's right, yes.
Right then, could you fill out this form, please?
I don't need to fill a form in, mate. I can tell you anything you want to know.
You will need to fill in this form, please, Mr. Dixon. Stephen Marsden?
You said you'd be here when we opened.
I know, love, I'm sorry about that. Never mind, we're here now.
How long's all this going to take?
Well, I'll sort it just as soon as I can.
Well, when now?
Well, no false promises, love, but I'll do it when I can, all right? Shelbick and Son.
Nice and steady.
Oh, I can't stop thinking about the baby.
Good night. It's so exciting. I can't wait till September.
You didn't say you got a date.
Oh, you will keep it to yourself, won't you?
That's only 7 months to go. I'll have to start in. I'll get Dolly Sparrow to this as well.
Julia, it's far too early for all that. We haven't got any details yet. I mean, you wouldn't want to be knitting things for a boy if it turns out to be a girl, would you? Slow down, we're approaching a roundabout.
Oh, just think, a new little farmhand for Christmas.
Take the second exit on the left. No!
We're going on the motorway.
Well, learners aren't allowed on here.
I didn't know that. Oh, isn't it exciting?
Can I do some tea? Suppose you want one as well.
No, not for me, thanks.
I'm all right, love. Well, what do you think of that? Jason's a dab hand at the Thailand, aren't you, son?
That's in me, is that for sure?
Shelbick and Son. Oh, hello, Mrs. Andrews. You what? No, all right, we'll be right over. Ta-ra. If they live in another load already next to Rennickers Avenue, we better be off.
You haven't finished.
I'm sorry, love, but we'll have to. Don't worry, I'll have this place like a new pin when your boss gets back. All done, Jace?
Yeah?
We'll see you first thing in the morning, love. Come on, Candy.
No.
Can we get on with it, please? Thank God for that.
Right. You'll also need to complete this form. And here's some additional information. There you go.
You what?
Just fill it in home and bring it back on Friday.
I've got to come back here again.
Well, we can't process your claim if you haven't filled in the form, Mr. Dixon.
I'm not some dull fiddler, you know. I'm an honest and decent citizen.
Poor Casey. Wasn't there nothing you could do to help?
Well, I'm no plumber, am I? All I could do was let her use the toilets in the shop. But the thing is, I recommended that fella to Jimmy.
That'll be Tim.
Aye, aye, he's the worker.
How'd it go, son?
All right, if you like filling a million plasty bags full of sand.
Oh, well, everyone's got to start somewhere. You won't be doing that forever.
Yeah, next week you'll be counting the plastic bags.
Ha ha, it's not funny. It's hard work, you know.
Well, that's what having a job's all about.
All right, let's not have no fighting. Look, we're both made up you've got this job and you've had a really good start, haven't you? You're hungry?
Starving.
Good, I've done your favourite, beef stew and dumplings.
Oh, nice one, Mum.
Are we going to the shop, someone?
Yeah, well, I've got my coat on.
And hey, make sure you don't scoff at all.
Listen, why don't you go and have a nice hot shower? I've laid your clean clothes out on the bed.
Oh, thanks, Mum.
Did you hear that? Maybe this job will put him back up to what he used to be like. You know, proper son.
Yeah, well, don't hold your breath.
Well, having a job changed our Ben for the better. I don't see why I can't do the same for our Tim.
All right, Ron.
No, I'm not actually, Sim. Do you know what? I spent all day down that flaming benefits agency place, and all they can give me is this load of bump.
Well, you signing on then?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to, but I'm not entitled to anything until I fill this lot in. I know they've got to make it hard for them dole fraudsters, but why penalise me?
Well, that's the system, mate.
Yeah, well, the system's wrong. I mean, why should some slip of a kid keep me waiting round half the day? I've done me whack, I'm entitled.
Well, you'll get what you're entitled to.
Yeah, well, I better I'd do, because I'll tell you something now. If I don't, they're going to have a fight in their hands.
He's living in hope, isn't he? I mean, I don't know how much money he's on, but he's getting rent off us every month. Can't be that desperate.
Well, if you can get anything out of them, good on them.
Will the baby have a name already, or will you have to think of one?
Just pull up by the unleaded pump.
Which one?
That one.
Stop! Oh, this is a Farnham! Oh, I only here today, Mr. Farnham. Oh, I can't wait till September. Congratulations.
Sorry?
Oh, about the adoption, isn't it marvellous? Oh, I'm made up for you, love.
Keep your voice down, please, Julie.
Oh, but you must be as pleased as Punch.
Yes, I am. But we don't want people to know just at this stage, and I would appreciate it if you didn't tell anyone.
But everyone will be over the moon for you. It's a new start for both of you, isn't it?
Yes, I know, but I want you to promise me that you won't tell anyone.
Oh, but...
I mean it, Julia. You've got to keep this to yourself. I mean, well, this means everything to Susanna, and you wouldn't want to spoil her pleasure at letting people know in her own good time. You wouldn't rob her of all that now, would you?
No, I promise.
Thanks.
I suppose you've had a bend in your ear about what we should be doing now she's going back to work.
Listen, I'm telling you, I've had plenty.
Dad, don't you think it's too soon for her to go back?
Yes, I do.
Well, have you tried talking to her?
Oh, Lindsay, how can I? We need the money. I mean, you know, you and I are making nothing between us.
But it's not going to work time-wise, is it? I mean, me and you are going to be working the late shift. My mum will end up doing the same at the petrol station. It's not going to work.
Yeah, well, it'll have to work, won't it? Oh, it's a nightmare. Trying to earn a living and go to college at the same time.
Hey. It'll be worth it in the end, though.
I wish I'd done it years ago. I could have been in a decent job by now, instead of living hand to mouth. I suppose it'd be easier if we hadn't had our wills.
Oh, don't say that.
No, I don't mean that. Don't get me wrong. I love that little fella to bits, you know that. But well, what sort of a future am I going to give him? Hey? If I don't get through college and get myself a proper job, what sort of an upbringing is he going to get?
You'll be fine. And so will you.
That's just words, love. I really want to make a go of this course, but I'm scared stiff I'm going to fail.
Well, at least you'll have tried. Isn't that good enough?
You know, it's not, love. I'm damn near 50. And I've done nothing with my life.
Hey, what's all this about? We've had the water cut off. You haven't been given the death penalty.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe we should be thinking of a convincing story about the missing plumber before your mother gets back.
Well, I'll leave that to you. You're the expert on excuses. So, what was it like then?
Crap, I got treated like some slave.
That's your own fault. You shouldn't let Suma go pushing you into things.
Well, at least my mother's off my back. And anyway, she made me this for me tea.
So, you're not going to pack it in then?
I can't. I've got to keep my mum sweet. And anyway, I get paid, you know.
So, does that mean we can go out at the weekend then?
Not this weekend. I've got to work a week in hand.
Oh, I thought we could have a good night out. Isn't there anything there you can rob and sell?
I'm not doing that.
Why not?
I told you I can keep my nose clean for a bit. Oh yeah, we'll have a brill night out when I get paid, alright?
Honest?
I promise. Yeah, do you want some of this? There's more in the oven.
I won't mind. So, where do you want to go for a night out then?
You decide.
Well, this isn't a press report.
No. It's written by someone who's an AAV supporter.
I suppose that's why it's written in such a way to make Marcus Seddon look like a heroic figure.
What do you mean?
Well, there's nothing here about a defenseless man being paralyzed and brain damaged, is there?
Think of the poor defenceless animals he must have brain damaged and tortured. He was doing it for years.
But this piece is totally prejudiced. I mean, that scientist was just doing his job.
Anything like that's evil.
Is it? If it cures disease, if it makes products safer for people? And that's the relevant word, people. I think most of us would think that the needs of humans come before animals and animal welfare.
Marcus didn't.
Well, that didn't make him right. I mean, just because he didn't agree with that scientist, that didn't give him the right to maim him and destroy his life. What about his family? He was married with kids. What about them? What about their suffering?
Yeah, come through.
Hi, Casey.
Hi, sorry to bother you. Your phone was engaged.
Oh, sorry, that was me. The internet.
Well, what it is Eleanor got the builder back in to finish off the sink and now at the office. Chadwick and Son called. Well, he came back, but he had to get off before he'd finished, so I've still got no water. I can't make any tea or go to the loo or anything.
I see.
Well, I didn't want to hassle Eleanor and Darby, so I was wondering if you could phone them for me tomorrow. They don't seem to take any notice of me.
Yeah, I can do that for you. Chadwick and Son, did you say?
Yeah, you don't mind, do you?
No, leave it to me.
It's okay, I'll see myself out. Sorry to bother you.
That's okay. Good night. So, you still want to meet him?
Yeah, why not?
Well, I don't know. Maybe because he might still be some sort of fanatic, or because of his relationship with Eleanor. I'm not sure.
You mean you're jealous of him?
Well, you were the result of that relationship, and, well, I don't know what she might think if she sees him again.
Ollie, that's mad. Is that all you're worried about? You only have to look at you and Eleanor together to see that she's really into you. You got no worries there, honestly.
Julia, of all the people to tell!
I'm sorry, it just sort of slipped out. She saw the adoption book I bought. I did only tell her the cover story. Anyway, we told David.
Look, he's practically family, for heaven's sake. He can keep her confidence, but Julia...
Well, Julia did promise, and I'm
You
sure
even told her that it would be September. That's the first thing she said to me. I bet you can't wait till September. I mean, the situation is so delicate, darling. People are going to put two and two together and start thinking, what then?
Well, I just think you're being paranoid.
No, I am not being paranoid. People have the same strong views about surrogacy as they do about abortion. What about your sister? Who is a bigger liberal than your Lisa? And what was her reaction? Revulsion. I mean, can you imagine the mileage that Ron Dixon would get out of all this? Especially if he found out that his own daughter was the surrogate mother.
I'm sorry. I was just desperate to tell other people.
Yes, I realise that. But you have to slow down. You have to wait until the time is right. And until then, I want you to keep quiet about it. Is that too much to ask?
How to Live Off the Land next on 4 Rabbit and Pigeon are on the menu in TV dinners.